Academics, they got me feeling like I'm academic. Academics. Hey, we here to talk real quick. Hey, what's up? What's happening? This cat. Hey, we back in this thing. K too good. He sleep with a coulda upper throne. You know the big boy. He want a ton. Big body, big body, big body. We here to talk about one of the biggest bodies. You know what I'm saying? We be telling that nigga to lose a little bit of weight, but he still keeps sipping that Hennessy and giving us iconic rants. Yes, yes, yes. We here to talk about Big DJ Akademiks. So recently, he clapped back at his compadre, his homeboy, Joseph Anthony Budden. I don't know if that's his middle name. I hope it is. But anyways, hey, he clapped back at Joe Budden. If he wasn't paying attention, I was going to get around to it later on, but hopefully that shit happened. Basically, and not to move like it was like hindering me from dropping this video. RIP Fulio, like I said, but sorry about that. I just gotta not mince my words. But basically Joe Budden said something along the lines of he's not mad at Akademiks for covering this Drake and Kendrick shit, but at the same time, like, he's doing it too much. There's no surprises anymore. We like when Drake does surprise drops, which I do enjoy myself. I'm not mad at that aspect of it. But you just covering it to the point like it's boring. We just like it's enough. Like, we're tired of this shit. Like, stuff covering this shit like that. It was something along the lines. He wasn't trying to disrespect him. He says he got love for it, but he just saying he doing a little bit too much. Just sit back, relax, and let them boys do what them boys do. Now, Akademiks has clapped back. We're gonna read exactly what he says. I will say this before I even get to Akademiks clap back, bro, because there's another Joe Budden video that we're gonna do, and I'm gonna probably go into more detail on that. But like, in my opinion, I feel like Joe Budden would probably socialize or even speak with Drake more than Kendrick Lamar. But it's like, not to say he just wants Drake's downfall. I'm not gonna act like Drake is the most like nigga in the music industry. I'm not gonna say that, but I will say the fact of you sitting here championing this nigga, like, I want him to rap like the old Drake, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Doing all this extra shit, even when we were looking at him like, nigga, what was that album? Was it Her Loss? No, it wasn't Her Loss. It was fucking For All the Dogs. Like, again, I expected more / better, but I wasn't too unhappy with the final product. Plus he was on fucking tour. With that being said, Joe Budden was sitting here like fucking Drake, like this was just ass. Now I do not like fucking Certified Lover Boy. That's what I do not like that project. But like, he was sitting here like it was just basura, trash, and going all this stuff. Oh, don't sleep with 25-year-olds, to the point Drake dropped Scary Hours 3, actually rapping his ass off, had some shots for Joe Budden. Joe didn't want to acknowledge it, just sitting there with a fucking stern face, unhappy with himself. And like, Drake going at him being upset and all this shit, and it's like, my nigga, what beef do y'all niggas have? Is it really over a gal? Because I look at Joe, he's in a new relationship. He's happy with his missus. I don't know what her, I think it's Sade. But like, nigga, get over it. That was back then. What that nigga really did to you and stuff. I know y'all niggas Eskimo brothers. Hey, Drake, we know that nigga shiesty. He be ruining homes and relationships. We know he be doing that shit. Nigga, get over it. You in a happy place. Leave your pettiness and get that shit out of here. Plus, we all know Joe's a narcissist. So again, I don't know exactly what happened with them, but like, it got to the point in this Kendrick shit, even though I do feel Kendrick smoked Drake's boots. Yeah, man, I do feel that way. But with that being said, I do feel at some point this nigga was just, instead of being like, I want to see what both niggas will say in this little tit for tat back and forth, it just got to the point it was basically, oh, yo, I don't fuck with this nigga Kendrick just killing him. Yeah. And he was just over there. Now, he did say I'm phony, and if Drake start winning, he will be on that side. But hey, we'll see. So again, I do understand his critique with Ak, but we all know Ak loves Drake. That's like his favorite artist, so I'm not surprised he talks about Drake this much. But we'll see. You can't have one thing and then dislike the other. You can't sit over here and champion Kendrick for all the fuck he's doing, but then when Ak is here on Team Drake, you could say being a stan, you're sitting here all upset. When there's times in the past you were fucking with Drake. The infamous where I found the Joe Budden podcast, the infamous views reaction when this nigga was sweating in the fucking wife beater. That's what I found out about the Joe Budden podcast. I'm like, oh shit. Like, that nigga was upset. That nigga was perturbed. Anyways, let's read this shit. Anyways, DJ Akademiks says he refutes to stop covering Drake and his feud with Kendrick Lamar, after Joe Budden and others in hip-hop suggested that he do so. Discussing Ak's bias towards the Toronto rapper on a recent episode of his podcast, Budden argued that no one is buying what he's selling. Ak is the one on stream during the NBA Finals. He said, "Good journalistic-ish you was doing, but you gotta know that any Drake news coming from you is viewed through a different type of eye," which I do believe. I do agree with Joe somewhat. Akademiks began his rant by arguing that there's an ecosystem promoting the idea that Drake is washed and Kendrick Lamar is now the king of hip-hop. I don't think Drake is washed. Did he lose the beef? Yes. Do I think he's washed? No. Listen, and I ain't gonna lie, going back to Drake's catalog here, that nigga gave us a lot of fucking hits. Like, honestly, if the nigga did not want to drop music again, he's good. Like, he's goated. You gotta give it to him. But anyways, I'm sorry. I listen to Kendrick like once a month. I listen to Drake every day. Okay, that's crazy. I will say, if like, see, this is the thing about Kendrick. Like, you know, like Drake alluded to, he's on his activism shit, right? You're not gonna listen to that all the time. Now, yeah, you at a party or a function, Drake gonna pop off. Let's keep it a buck. Now, I know They Not Like Us is really busting and grooving, but like, hey, bro. Let's not act like that shit. That shit don't go crazy. Like, come on now. But anyways, when Ak shared the live stream clip on X, formerly known as Twitter, fans had mixed responses on his tape. One Drake fan brought up Kanye West's attempt at joining in on the feud to defend the rapper. So this what Kanye was talking about, the elimination of Drake, they remarked. So the industry altogether came up with the plan to try and end Drake's career. Now no wonder they got people working for social media trying to convince people to hate Drake, as well as 5 rappers plus Kendrick dissing. Another countered, Ak, you letting your own bias, which I do be with certain Drake shit. Ak is biased, I will not lie, he is. You're letting your own bias get in the way. Just shut up and people and say and speak on what they want to feel. Take the L. Yeah, I kind of seen Ak's full response, and it was what it was. He's like, he fucks with Drake, it is what it is. Now, yes, does Drake have hate in the industry? Yes. I wouldn't be surprised if niggas want to take him down a peg. I'm not fucking surprised. But, like I said, with the Budden coverage, it did get to the point I'm like, alright, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's impartial. Because he did like, Family Matters and shit. But it did get to the aspect I'm like, because the fact even, like, and no disrespect to Joe, the fact that you like, Ish is not here, I told that nigga to take a long while. I just want to talk about my shit. Because you feel like Ish will combat whatever narrative you're spinning on Kendrick winning the beef. Because we have seen, or basically the narrative is that Ish, even though he feels like Kendrick is winning, is not going to be like, yo, Drake is just dead in the water. He's basically like, oh, Drake can come back from this. Like, he doesn't really feel like it will affect his career. Rather, other members, or mostly Joe, if you will, is adamant. So the fact that you're like, yo, Ish not here, I just want to turn up, I'm happy about the show, I want to talk about Kendrick shit, like, fuck all that. Like, I don't need Ish being here talking some shit. So it does look away, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie, it does look away. Maybe Ish has some shit to do. I don't know why the fuck Ish wasn't on the episode. It does look away that you're spinning the narrative, trying to help spin the narrative that Drake is out of here. Also, you having those comments, which will be a separate video we'll talk about, but I'll say it here, having those comments that, oh, you passed the baton to people like Pusha T and Kendrick Lamar in order to help them defeat Drake. Like, is y'all niggas the Avengers trying to take down Thanos, Dranos? Like, what the fuck is going on at this point? So it does look away, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie. So, hey, that was X response. He ain't letting up. Drake's his favorite. He ain't here to sit here and be like, Kendrick is the #1 person in hip hop. Also, Ak was like, hey, nigga, I already got what I did. Like, both of them niggas mentioned me, which, you got it. So it is what it is at this point. So we gonna see what happens. Now, Ak saying that Drake is gonna come back with some, we'll see. I don't know, my nigga. I'm sorry. Drake, you gonna have to come with some fire. If you do come back and try to reignite this feud, we'll see. But hey, if you gonna give us some good music, bro, hey, I'm here for it, bro. Nigga say you gonna take a year off. You didn't. But hey, we'll see. what happens? Also, I know, like I did the video on the DJ head thing. Until there's proof, like I said before, both these niggas just chatting about certain allegations they was making against each other. But yeah, man. Besides all that, what do you feel about this? You feel like X should still be commenting on this shit, or you agree with Joe Budden that he should stop talking about all this Drake news? Comments down below, links in the description. Friendly neighborhood KA. I gotta go. Slimes on peace, showers, gang. Aye.